please. Hold, 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 please.
Hello, babes. Welcome back. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on so y'all know it's real. Let's turn that S light on. And we are on and ready to go. Hello, babes. Welcome to another Boss Babes. This is season 3, episode 3, the bossier, the better. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a podcast series that's dedicated to celebrating the journeys and successes of our powerful women and men at the pinnacle of their fields. Join us as we delve into the stories behind the titles, exploring the paths these exceptional people have traveled to reach their current positions of influence and leadership. We go from the boardroom to creative studios, from corner offices to political arenas, and everywhere in between. BrownGirlBella's Boss Babes shine a spotlight on the diverse arrays of industries where women and men are making their mark. Through candid conversations and insightful interviews, we uncover the challenges they faced, the milestones they've achieved, and the invaluable wisdom that were gained along the way. Each episode gives us a unique glimpse into the lives of these trailblazing men and women, showcasing their resilience, their determination, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Whether they are breaking barriers or shattering glass ceilings, carving out new paths, our guests share their experiences, lessons learned, and the advice for aspiring men and women on their own ascent up the corporate ladder. So sit back, relax, get ready to be inspired, empowered, and equipped with the insights you will need to thrive in your own journey to success. Welcome to a world where Black people lead, innovate, and redefine what it means to be a boss. Welcome to Boss Babes. Today we have with us two owners of Tribe and Oak. This is a lifestyle home candle and accessories brand founded by Taylor and Kareem. I'm going to give you a little bit of background with both of them and share their unique path to success. So Taylor and Kareem are the dynamic duo behind Tribe and Oak, bringing a unique blend of passion, expertise, and resilience to the world of sustainable luxury home essentials. Their journey was driven by Taylor's personal struggles with asthma and eczema and the desire to find a natural, non-toxic alternative. Taylor's firsthand experiences with these sensitivities provided the inspiration for Tribe and Oak's innovative approach to product development, ensuring that each and every item is meticulously crafted to be natural, gentle, and safe for all. With a background in luxury fashion, Taylor brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to the table. Her keen understanding of product development, sustainable materials, vendor management, and sourcing serves as the foundation that informs every aspect of the brand's product development and manufacturing processes. Kareem's background is in graphic design, photography, and information technology, which blends this dynamic duo strengths perfectly. They also have a beautiful visual aesthetic that Kareem plays a pivotal role in daily website maintenance, as well as their social media presence. Together, Taylor and Kareem form a dynamic team driven by their shared vision of creating a brand that not only delivers exceptional products, but creating a brand that delivers on these products to the world, as well as making a positive impact. Their journey from humble beginnings to entrepreneurship is a success as a testament to their resilience. They continue to chart new territories. They have pushed the boundaries of sustainable luxury, and Taylor and Kareem remain steadfast in their mission to redefine the standards of excellence in the world of home essentials, eco-friendly candles, one candle and one product at a time. I would love to bring up, without further delay, Taylor and Kareem, Tribe and Oak.
Hello,
How you doing?
hello.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing
Good,
great.
good. So excited to be here tonight.
Thank you. I'm so excited to have you both. This has been a great time for me to kind of get to know you and your brand. I met you guys at the Hue Affair recently.
Yes.
And I was so blown away by your booth, by your aesthetic. Like everything was just inviting. It
Thank you.
spoke to me. I'm a luxury content creator. So, of course, it spoke to me as a luxury content creator. I love beauty. I love fragrances. I love home scents. And so this just fell right in line with what I wanted to bring to my babes. And I'm so thrilled to have you both here with me. Let me tell you, hey, Anita, hey, Lou, welcome in. I'm going to just give you guys just a few housekeeping rules. If you want to ask questions, place that lipstick emoji in front of the question so that it can be easily identified. And we will have a Q&A, a full Q&A at the end. But if you have a question in line to what we are talking about and you want to hear it read out loud right away, just give me that lipstick emoji, okay? So I'm going to begin. Can you share with us the story behind the founding of Tribe and Oak and what started you to this business? What inspired you to create this business?
Yeah, we're a COVID business. I was working my career job. Actually, I was living in Australia for the beginning of the pandemic, and I came back home. We couldn't go outside. New York was pretty shut down. It was pretty bad. So we were just doing different things in the house. And I got a new house. I don't know if any of the listeners are from New York, but I got a housing lottery apartment, which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I had to furnish it and, do all of the things. And I've always loved candles, but I have asthma, as you mentioned in the intro. And I've always had issues with that, just different fragrances and things. I would get a headache and all of that. So we didn't have anywhere to go anyway. So we decided to just try out like candle making together just as a bonding exercise. And we found out something that actually worked. And by the time we found it out, we had a lot to share with family and friends. They said, hey, you have something on your hands. And Kareem had a talk with me. He's like, I really, really think that we can make a business out of this. I think it could be successful. I said, absolutely not. You're crazy. Like I I had no dreams of being an entrepreneur at all. And then he's like, no, like he really made a case for it and definitely spoke life into what he believes that we're able to do together. And then I bought into it and neither one of us do anything half-assed. So we definitely did a whole lot of research and we wanted to make sure that we came out with the best product and products as we continue to expand that people can enjoy.
Awesome. What do you think sets you apart, Tribe and Oak, from other brands that are similar in the market?
I think it's because it's two things. It's one, because it was created to solve a problem. Not many people are doing that. A lot of times it's really easy to have a candle that has gemstones or you have it smell a certain way, strawberry shortcake or whatever the case is. Our intention from the very beginning was to make sure that we had the most natural products, things that aren't going to cause any any issues with people who have sensitivities like myself, and make sure that it worked well. We want to make sure that the hot throw is good, that it smells just as good when you first get it as when you light it. We want to make sure that it's not producing soot to make you like hurt or harmful. We make sure it's safe around pets, around babies, all of the things. So I think intention is the number one thing. And the number two thing is our aesthetic. As you mentioned before, like that's what kind of drew you to our table with both of our backgrounds in the luxury market and just that understanding. We knew that there was a look that we wanted to go for. So many people have come to our tables because they're looking for a gift when there are 3 or 4 other candle options or home essential options that they can get. They're coming to us because it looks as luxury as it costs.
I love it. And can you walk us through like your mindset when it came to the product development process? How do you ensure quality and sustainability within your products?
Yeah, I think like some of it is both of us. Like when we're going through and we're selecting fragrances, we are the noses, so we're trying both of those out. In my career, I have a background in product development, so as far as all of the steps that it takes to make sure that you're doing things in trial and error, I'm just very familiar with doing that. So that's really what it is. We'll usually have a bunch of different fragrances. We'll try different blends because we blend everything ourselves to get kind of what we're looking for. There'll be some times where he's like, no, I think this is the one, and many of them, like you mentioned your favorite was citrus pine. That was Kareem.
That was
That was
oh, yeah,
Kareem.
you did coconut sandalwood.
Yeah, and different things like that. So we really try it out. I guess the good part of us still being a small business and going out to pop-ups is that we have the flexibility to try different things out. So probably a year ago, we introduced our limited edition line, and that's really stuff that we can play with, and it can really be like, this is how much fragrance we got, and that's how much it's going to be until it runs out. And that's a really good entry point for us to get feedback from our customers in real time to see how they feel about it.
Yeah, we get a lot of feedback from the people, and that goes with the choices that we make as far as what products we have.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine who suggested that we have a bigger size candle just because the sizes that we had, we only had 2 sizes. We had our votive size and our 11-ounce size. And we made a 22-ounce candle. And I mean, it sold pretty well for the people who want a long-lasting candle, who can mainly afford it. It did pretty well. So that was one example of how we used the customer feedback to our advantage. Also with the coffee beans that we have at our table.
Yeah,
as far as like reset the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about the hero product. What was the first product that you guys created, and how did you market it?
So the hero product that we have, once again, is the candles. We started making those first. We did a lot of research on how to make them, just because there's a lot of different ways on how to make candles, but there's a particular way how we wanted to have ours, as far as the way how we wanted to smell, the way how we want to blend in the fragrances,
And we wanted to burn
the
the
materials,
time,
the materials that we use. So we played around with a lot of different scents, like Taylor said, and we narrowed it down to about maybe like, I think maybe 5, 6.
6. It was 6 to start off with 6. Yeah.
And we gave those to family and friends, like we said before, and they really enjoyed them. And they told us to just move forward, just because
we did
had a great
surveys and
grasp.
everything.
Yeah,
we
did
broke out
surveys.
surveys to see, and
Yeah.
really everybody loved everything. And we had to narrow it down
Yeah.
because as a small business owner and a new small business owner, it's really important to manage, like we didn't have sales at that point, right? So we wanted to manage what we thought we could sell with the amount of inventory we were holding. So we actually had to reduce what the people wanted to make sure that it was just smarter for us as we began to grow in business.
And we asked them for honest feedback. We didn't tell them just to sugarcoat anything, because we wanted the truth, and we wanted to know where we can excel and where we can just, put that to the side. And it was very hard to like try to cut the thing down. So yeah, that's how it pretty much started. And after that, we started to expand to other products.
Yeah.
Especially because of COVID, we wanted to be much more smart about how we sold our things. And another hero product around that time was our hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
A lot of people were catching, germs and getting sick. And a lot of the hand sanitizers that we used back around when COVID was really a thing, it was the stuff that you get from like those CVS stores or Walmart stores, and they smell terrible. So we wanted to find a way. Yeah, it was bad. So we wanted to find a way how we can still have the same type of product, but just jazz it up a little bit with the fragrance and the dual purpose of it being a room spray.
Yeah.
So you can sanitize your hands, since it's 70% alcohol, plus spray it on linens or in a room, and have that great ambiance when you walk inside of a room, and not that nasty chemical smell that you get most of the time.
Okay. Can you walk us through also your operations and decision making? Like, who has the final say? I know, Taylor, you said Kareem was inspirational in my scent that I'm burning right now. But how do you guys reconcile that?
I think like we're business partners as well as partners in life, and how we run our relationship is that we're responsible for whatever we're best at. So if I'm better at finances, that's what I'm responsible for. If he's better at social media, that's what he's responsible for. That's how it shows up in our business. I'm in a fellowship program, and we were talking about the type of leaders that we are. So it's really interesting that you asked that question, because I think like both of us, we take responsibility for the things that we have. So for me, I'm doing a lot of like managing the vendors or sourcing the vendors, or kind of reaching out to people. I'm kind of doing some of that daily stuff, and just how I speak to people, because that's what somebody has decided to pay me for during the day. So I'm good at that. He's the one who's making sure, or at least trying to make sure, that our computer is all set, all of the files are organized, making sure our Shopify is up to date, inventory, all of those things in the back end. So really, it's not a hard line. You manage this, you manage that. It's not a hard line. You have the final say, although it's really me. But it's kind of like it's kind of just, we trust each other to make the right decisions for whatever it is. And if it turns out to be the wrong decision, we have the benefit of being ignorant enough to be first-time business owners. So it's not, we don't have the ego that it hurts so bad. We just learn to fail fast, right? And we move on to whatever the next thing is, and we don't make that mistake again. And we always discuss it and go through it. There's no, oh, I can't believe you did that, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of like, I mean, I couldn't have told you to make a better decision, because we're still figuring it all out. So
right, I get that. A lot of companies are big into sustainability. That's one of the buzzwords that have been very popular these last few years. How is Tribe and Oak doing sustainability or incorporating it into your businesses. Are there any specific initiatives or practice that you're particularly fond of?
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, I just had this conversation in my fellowship program, and it kind of started off with us talking about how Black women and Black people, when we do business, we do it differently. When we go into business, of course, we think about generational wealth and how our families are going to do, but we also want to impact and change our communities, right? So we know, like, again, kind of taking it back to asthma, we know that urban areas, those people are more susceptible to those type of sensitivities. We know that our air is worse. We know that we have more allergy flare-ups, all of those things. So again, with that intention, it was a no-brainer for it to be sustainable, because one, it has to be for it to be usable for me. And then it has to be because we care about our larger community. So everything we use is sustainable. We use a coconut soy wax. We use wooden wicks that come from the milling industry. We use recyclable glass jars. We just upgraded our packaging. Our packaging is FSC certified paper, and we even use soy wax so the whole thing can be recycled. We encourage all of our customers to recycle all of those things, and we try to show them different ways that they can reuse things and things like that. But yeah, I think being a Black business owner, we kind of come from that angle anyway.
I love that. And I love the fact that you use wooden wicks. Can you explain why the wood wick versus, the normal wicks that we see, which is, the regular soy or coconut wicks? Mm-hmm.
Well, once again, it goes back to the sustainability. A lot of cotton wicks are treated with random petroleum chemicals to make it light a little bit longer, but with the wooden wick, it lights up just naturally, has a nice crackling sound, produces less soot.
And that's the biggest part. It produces less soot. Instead of like high flame, it really smolders. It allows the candle to last a lot longer, but it's really the soot, because it doesn't get all of that black stuff. People don't know soot is kind of the black stuff that you see on the edge, which will happen when you burn the candle down naturally, but it produces way less. So you don't have to worry about your walls getting dark after you lit a candle, and you don't have to worry about you.
I'm nodding because I have experienced all of the above. So I know what you
and you can always trim it off too. So that's a good thing. You can trim it off after you burning the candle.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I wouldn't wick it, because it just made sense for what our end goal was. It was to make something that was natural, that people can enjoy worry free, and that was our best way forward in that plan.
Yeah, your candle is the first one that I've ever seen with a wooden wick, and I was just so drawn to that.
Yeah.
Because I know, the soot and, glasses being, rimmed with that soot, my walls and my bathroom, because I light them everywhere. Everywhere in my house has a candle.
Yeah.
So, I just have to, continually like maintain that process, because I rotate them all as well.
Yeah.
It's great to find a product that you don't have to worry so much about, because that burn is going to be sort of cleaner than any other burn that you've experienced. And that's one of the things I can tell you from, I was telling you both when we were about to go on, how I bought the Discovery set because I wanted to experience all of the scents. And I don't know why I didn't do this when I was with you. I think I was just like oversensitized, like everything was just coming at me at once. But I didn't buy anything. And then I went back and I looked through, things that I had and the people that I met. And I'm like, oh yeah, I want to try this product. Oh yeah, I want to try this product. And your product, of course, resonated to the top, because I was like, I loved that visual. I loved, what you laid out. I love that you had the little coffee beans. I love that you had, something for us to smell and touch, because a lot of people, they don't think about the experience that you want people to leave with.
Yeah.
And I thought that was genius on your part, that you really figured out how to give people who've never experienced your brand the opportunity to do so. So kudos to you both.
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
that.
Again, that comes from our background. He used to work
Yeah.
in luxury retail. I
Mhm.
used to work like luxury in the corporate space. We understand that, especially when you're talking about luxury items, experience has to be top tier, right? We
Yep.
wanted to make sure that everything that we had, we wanted an interactive display, people to be able to touch and feel, because it's a product that you have to smell. You need to be able to get intimate with that product in order to know what you like and find what your favorite is.
Absolutely, absolutely. How have you engaged any with your community or your customers? I know you said you had a survey in the beginning. I know you were at the Hue Affair, but are there any other ways that you communicate with those who are your customers?
Yeah. So I mean, we're trying to get better. We're still learning as a business, but social media for sure. It would have to
Yeah.
be our biggest one. Our social media of choice that we post on most is Instagram.
Mhm.
We're engaging with everyone there. We have a newsletter. We're sending newsletters, so we have like an email sign up. We're engaging in that way. Hue Affair and any other pop-ups.
Yeah,
We
pop-ups
find
for
like,
sure.
yeah, like it's really, really cool to engage in public and in person with people. So that's been really, really good. And it's been really helpful to us. So we've tried to do different things around Brooklyn. We hope to do more
Mhm.
stuff in Manhattan. Hue Affair was our first pop-up in the borough of Manhattan. So it's just really good to
Okay.
get like right in front with everybody when we engage with them.
Awesome, awesome. What trends do you see emerging in your industry, and how is Tribe and Oak adapting to those?
Ooh, I
That's a
think,
good question.
yeah, that's a really good question. I think if we're just talking, like, if we focus on our hero product, candles, I think it's super trendy, right? Like,
It is. It's
you
a
can
lot
run the whole gambit. You can get a massage candle, you can get a candle that,
about cooking,
right,
different flavors, different
different
foods.
flavors. You can get something for a horoscope. You could get different colors.
Yeah.
You can get glitter. I
Including
think,
stones.
yeah, I think that it's always been super trendy. And I think like for us, we just try to do us. We came in with the intention of doing things that are natural. We want, like, we use things based in essential oils. Our aesthetic is very clean and we want to stick to that. So I would say with the trends, we don't really follow the trends. We kind of
Yeah.
make sure that we stay in our lane. This is like our customer is who appreciates the clean aesthetic, the things that
Mhm.
look giftable, and the things that are really natural. So I mean, I guess it pigeonholes us in a way, because we can't be super fun all the time. It
Exactly.
can't be that, but that's not what the intention was. So we just have to follow along with that, and then we can get jazzy when we do different partnerships and collaborations with people and things like that. But yeah, I would say it was always a super trendy category to jump into. There's every time we do a pop-up, there's at least three other candle
Candle
brands
brands.
there. And
Yep.
I think because our intention was laid when we started, we kind of fall into that lane automatically. So it is just a different offering. Like you mentioned, you had never even seen a wooden wick. And most of the times, whether it's on our retail partner shelves or in the pop-ups, we're the only wooden wick there. So I think like as our vision is pretty clear, so it keeps us on our own path.
Yeah, I think it's an ingenious point of differentiation. And when you talk about, clean and, everybody's, on the buzzword of clean beauty, that really is clean beauty.
Yeah.
To be able to have a product that reduces the chance of you, getting an asthma attack or I suffer from hay fever. So me, sneezing all day,
Yep.
and different things, different irritants will aggravate my hay fever. So I find that I gravitate towards products that one, don't overpower me, has a nice throw, but doesn't
Yeah.
overpower the room.
Yep.
That when I walk in, it's just a nice fragrant scent that fills the room, and then it's not powerful. So I
Yeah.
love that about your candles as well, is that the throw is, I would say, medium to light, depending on which candle you light.
For sure.
This one that I'm burning right now, this one is citrus pine. And
Mhm.
I will tell you, so far out of the ones that I've burned, this one has the most powerful throw, and it's not overpowering. Like I
Right.
said, I can smell it on the second floor, but
Mhm.
only if my door is open to this top floor.
Yeah.
Then I can smell it downstairs. Otherwise, it's contained in this room, which I love because even after I've burned it and I go out and I come back into the room, I still smell it for like another hour or two
Yeah.
later.
Nice.
It's really, really good. Really, really good. And I know you mentioned some limited edition ones. I do want to get those before they sell out because there's one that I saw, and I'm going to have to go on your website now and look.
I think it was the leather santal. Yeah.
Yes!
I
I
remember.
was like, I need that one.
I think I gave you a free sample of that. I think.
No, because in my bag, in my VIP bag, I didn't have any of your products.
Okay. I don't.
That's what prompted me to get it.
That was a
Oh,
crazy
maybe,
bag.
no,
Yeah.
the discovery. That's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I want to get that one. And then the other one that you have also was intriguing.
The
other
Noir Plum and
Noir
Yuzu
Plum.
Blossom.
Noir Plum. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that
Yeah,
just sounds sexy.
my mom was here a few weeks ago and she's like, she actually gifted it to her friend like a few months ago. And she's like, I think I want that candle. I think I want that candle. I haven't smelled it. And she came here and I mean, you know, everybody can work, right? Help out. So she was working and she smelled it. She's like, oh, that's the one. I got to take one home with me. She really, really loved it.
I'm with mom. That even the description alone had me at like, hello.
Yeah.
I was reading and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get this one. And now that I've experienced some of your line, I can tell like which ones I want in which rooms.
Yeah.
So now when I go back to buy the full size candles, I know which one will be placed in which room based on the discovery set.
I love
Guys, you have to get your hands on this discovery set. It's only $30. I think you had like 6 in there.
Yep, there's 6 in there. That was another like kind of just smart marketing. That wasn't one of our initial products. Initially, we had the votive size and the 11 ounce, but then we're like, okay, well, we know again, especially when we talk about like online sales, this is something that people need to smell, and smell is just so particular, right? So we're like, we need to give people something where they can test it out. We have tester kits in case people want to know. So we try to give variety. If you don't know what you want, or people use them to travel, I know I use those tins to travel all the time.
Yes.
With you, and when you know what you want, you have options to get larger sizes.
There you go. Absolutely. Wow. So getting back to the brand, how long was it before you would say the brand started pulling in like a profit, or like you started seeing like real movement?
It's still coming. So, I mean, if a profit is even a small amount of money, we made a profit our first year because it was a small amount of money. However, we haven't yet been able to pay ourselves.
Okay.
So right now we just turned 3 and our business is turning, it's increasing in profit every single year, which is amazing. And it's able to sustain itself. So as we are people who bootstrapped our business, it's very seldom, unless it's like a really big market or trade show we want to participate in, that we have to put our own money back into it. But we are still looking for the days when we can at least comfortably. We could pay ourselves now if we wanted to, but we just don't feel it's the right time to take away from the business. We want it to be able to have every opportunity it can, whether it's buying a crap load of inventory because we got a new corporate gifting order or wholesale order. We want to make sure that it's comfortable before we're able to do that. But we were lucky enough to turn even a teensy profit our first year, and that's really because we got really lucky when we launched. We launched at the end of May. We had a killer opening. We had so much support from family and friends and people just kind of sharing the brand. We got some really cool write-ups from trusted media sources. So it helped with our brand recognition pretty early on. So that was something that helped our, I guess, half year sales at that point really do more numbers than we anticipated.
Awesome. So what advice would you give people who are starting their business?
We tell people just to do a lot of research, and just really understand why you're doing it in the first place.
Mhm.
Some people have businesses just because they feel like they want to just not work for the man anymore, and they feel like they created something that's, unique and marketable where they can profit off of it. They can make a patent off it. So I tell people, just don't give up. Always do your research. Don't, you know, don't be afraid to fail or come up short, just because a lot of people are doing these businesses, from scratch, and half the time they don't know what they're doing. Some people are blessed where they have resources where they can go and get all the equipment that they need, and they reach out to a bunch of people that could promote them, and they're good to go. But there's some people like us who we work full-time jobs and we pay for everything by ourselves. And as we came along, we did get a grant that helped us out a lot. But at the end of the day, we still are bootstrapping the business ourselves. So just really understand why you want to do it. Don't give up. Get a lot of advice from people, research, read, and just enjoy what you're doing. I enjoy all the time that I'm doing this with Taylor. There are some nights where I got to go to work at my day job, but I'm still up until like 1 or 2 in the morning, preparing for a weekend pop-up market. But I wouldn't want to do that with anybody else. So I say just I just say just enjoy what you're doing. Just at the same time, try to be unique also.
My advice would be to be open to learning. Like, as I mentioned a few times in here, like I call it the benefit of being ignorant, right? Because it is. And sometimes like we celebrate everything because we don't know any better, right? So we're like, yay, we've got 200 sales. I mean, I have no idea if that's good or bad. It doesn't matter, but we're going to celebrate it, right?
Absolutely.
And then being open to learning. As he mentioned before, we won a grant, which was amazing for us, but we did that through an accelerator program with, we got invited to the Beyonce Be Good luncheon. And part of that is all of the people who got invited. We got the chance to get into a program with our Village United, and it's an accelerator program for people who are starting their businesses. So we got to learn about how to set up a business, how to create a pitch deck. We had never made a pitch deck before, how to storytell properly and be compelling. We learned about taxes and how to manage money. And then after that, we got into the McKinsey Next 1B accelerator course, which is great for people to scale. So although we haven't started scaling yet, we have goals to scale by the end of this year, and of course more into next year. So we have the foundation, we have a strong foundation to build on top of that. Also mentioned I'm in a fellowship program, right? Like all of these things, because there's always things that we can learn. We can, whether it's learning how to run a balance sheet, whether it's learning how to speak to potential partners, or it's learning how to just be a good leader. I think we could always learn from that. And I'm really grateful that we've been open to do that, because I think it makes us more holistic business owners. And I think in the end will make us even more successful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, it says on your website that all of your products are homemade. Are you still homemade, or have you started?
Again, I won that good old housing lottery apartment. So I'm not trying to move, but it's a 1-bedroom.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it is. We have a section that now belongs to Tribe and Oak. It's the shipping center. It's the research and development studio. It's the candle making studio, the body butter make, all of it. Yeah, photos, all of it. So it's continuing to grow and take over that part of the apartment. We are applying for some grants and just believing that we're going to get some more partnerships that allows us to get a studio space. But it is New York City, so it's something that is difficult to get. Even if we were making, I don't know, Ion's amount of money than we can pay ourselves, it's definitely a big financial commitment. But we can't wait until it does. I would love to have that section of my apartment back.
I'm sure you would. So you talked a little bit about, getting grants and finding funding, but how much of your own money would you say, and you can give me a range, have you invested so far in your business?
Ooh, what would you say? It's hard to say, because I feel several thousands for sure. What did we start with?
We start probably 5, 6. It was
1,000
no, well,
or 100? What do you?
100. It was in the
So
hundreds.
it's really hard to calculate because when we
Mhm.
first started, we just put investments. I think maybe it was like 600 each. We put in, and it kind of got us to kind of our first level, and then we're like, okay, we need more. But through our first, I would say our first year and a half, we're 3 now. Our first year and a half, it was consistent on that. So if there were other markets that we need to do, we would likely put our money in to do that until
Mhm.
we built enough up in revenue for it to be able to sustain
Yeah,
itself.
it was in the thousands
So
for sure.
yeah, it's definitely in the thousands for
For
sure,
sure.
but it wasn't a one time, cash deposit of thousands.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
something
Something
that
gradually
happened
happened.
over a year and a half. And as we got to the end part of that year and a half, it was kind of just, oh, I think we should really do this holiday market that cost $5,000. So we would then add in some of our money to get us over and do it then.
Okay, awesome. And then how do you find grants and funding? Are you just like scouring the internet every day? Is that part of your
Let me tell you something. I'm the follow-up queen and I sign us up for everything. Okay. If we if we qualify for it, I've likely signed us up for it because of different fellowships and accelerators that we're a part of. Now we're on different listservs, and some of them give us monthly grant opportunities. I'm always like on our business Instagram. We're building a community and a really, really cool one I'm proud of, our tribe, with other business owners locally and nationally that we know, and we're sharing resources with each other. Have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? This is going on. So some of it's word of mouth, some of it is somebody's posted something on Instagram and I saw it, or even better, like the ads from Instagram, because that's typically what I'm looking for. So I get shown those things. But it's really building a tribe and just, oh, my mom, hey mom. It's really building that tribe and kind of sharing those resources with other people. We do really good with that. He laughs because the time that I do it is when we have pop-up shops. And I was like, oh, I'm going over here to the bathroom, and then I'm gone for 30 minutes. And he's just like sticking his head out somewhere like, hey, get back. I'm like, I'm just chit-chatting. But that's what you do. You chit-chat and you make friends with somebody, and that's how you start a relationship. And we have benefited greatly from my chit chat. So I think
same here.
I guess.
If I see something, I'm like, hey, what about, That's great. That's great. I can't let you guys go without telling me what is your favorite product.
Ooh.
Taylor, favorite product.
My favorite, I have two. One of them is the body butter, because the body butter also, I have eczema. Thank you, mom, who just showed up. I have all of the sensitivity issues. It's something I've been making for myself for years. So just having the body butter and seeing other people be able to enjoy it, that is my favorite. And typically, I don't even re-up. Now I only make it for the business. So he is just like, hey, we are running out of lotion. You need to make this body butter now.
You always say I'm ashy, so I gotta
and then my other is, of course, our candles, our hero product that we started with, and my favorite fragrance these days is the leather santal, the one that you love. It has become my absolute favorite now.
Okay, so why isn't it a permanent product?
It might be. It might be. But just as we mentioned before, again,
mom said her too.
Again, we are a small business. We do have day jobs, and my apartment has been taken over by Tribe and Oak. So we really want to be able to make sure that we're managing our inventory well. So that's one of the reasons that it's not. But also, again, it might be. I'm not saying that it won't, but it gives us play, right? It gives us time to introduce things. We have a really good retention rate from our customers, and these people buy all of the same things all the time. So introducing a limited edition gives them also something different to come back to. So that's why we keep it in rotation.
Mom says she loves the body butter. It makes her hands look young. Ooh. Give me some of that body butter, Mom.
What about yours?
Young hands too.
My favorite product is our re-diffusers. Actually, that's something that wasn't talked about today. Our re-diffusers, just because they last way long than usual.
We got it in the bathroom now.
And it's just another option for not having a candle. They smell pretty good, and we want to make more. So that's one of my favorite products. Another one, as far as the candle is concerned, is my amber cedarwood.
Yeah, that's his favorite.
Yes.
We came up with that one together, but I really enjoy it a lot. So, that's
Mhm.
something that I would burn on a regular basis too when I see my mom. So,
Yeah, yeah. I didn't feel like the one that I had a throw that like hit me. It was very light, and I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing at
No.
all, but I was just thinking, from the name that it was going to have more of a throw to it. So I was pleasantly surprised by that and finding myself wanting more.
Lovely.
that's awesome.
Absolutely. So yeah, I love that. And then what do you think is that item that you were like, nobody's gonna like this, and then everybody sort of did? Or
I think it was the
surprised
body
you
butter.
that it
Yeah,
was
probably
so
the body
well?
butter.
It was the body butter. Like, we knew that there was a
Body
huge
butter.
market for candles, and we wanted to make sure, like, when we started our business, we wanted to make sure we are not just a candle company. It's home essentials, and that's for a reason. It gives us room and space to grow, and expand our product line. And he convinces me to do a lot of things, I think is the theme. He convinced me to do the body butter to sell to people, and it has been a really good hit. So that was something that was surprising. I did not think, especially Black people. I'm like, everybody got somebody in their family that makes a body butter. Why would they buy ours? But then, like, my grandmother's friend, she just bought like 15 for her grandchildren. Like, we're just like, wow, like it's really a shocker every time for me.
Awesome.
Is it the same for you?
Yeah.
Body
The body
butter.
butter for sure. Because it hits different with different types of people.
Yeah.
But for our Black folk, like we said, we always want to be moisturized. We don't never
That's
want to be
true.
ashy. I know a lot of Black women that I've encountered since we've had our business, they always have some type of some lip balm or some type of cocoa butter or something somewhere in their purse. So it's something that we definitely it surprised me as far as how well it did though.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Can you share any upcoming product releases or expansions that your customers can look forward to?
Not yet. We are playing with some things. There may be another limited edition that comes down the pipeline. And we have, again, because I apply for everything. So we are applying for some grants. If everybody wants to join in and help us manifest winning some grants, we will have some more products that will be coming shortly because we already have plans for that money.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about being a couple in business, right? Because as couples do, sometimes we tend to have disagreements on different things. So what is your way of dealing with things so that it doesn't spill over into home life, or does it spill over into home life?
We make a lot of jokes about things. So we don't try to take what we do as serious as other people may do in their business. Don't know what other people do, but we really try to have fun. So if we make a simple mistake or something like that, we may roast each other, things like that. I'm just playing around, but we really try to have like open communication. We really try to talk things through. We try to make things work as much as we can. We try to find a middle ground and decision making that we have, just so by the end of the conversation, by the end of the day, we are happy with the decisions that we make and we can move on with the business. We try not to let our egos get ahead of what we do also. We really try to respect each other's talent and abilities. And once again, we try to have fun. That's the main thing. We can't take everything serious. We take everything else in life serious. What we do at our day jobs, our families, we take that serious. But when we do this, it's we want to have fun with it. So that's how I would think about that.
Yeah, and this was a choice. right? We
Yeah,
didn't
it was a
have to do
choice.
that. It was
Yeah.
a choice for us to do it, and it's a choice that we choose every single day.
Mhm.
So we want to have fun. We want to build something that we can be proud of, and we want to continue to build it together. So, I mean, we take it seriously because we want to make the money. But as far as us working together,
Yeah.
it absolutely, like, if somebody's tired or he's grumpy, like it's a video somewhere of him being grumpy, and I'm like, oh, you grumpy? Are you grumpy? And I'm like videoing him and just laughing at
yup.
him, and then he laughs too.
I'm like, yup.
We just have to,
That's unpacking a box.
yeah, we allow each other to be ourselves, but definitely tons of jokes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you experienced that one thing that was like, okay, now we are a business? Like, was it your first check that you got? Was it, being in Beyonce's Bay Good? Because I would think that was like the pinnacle.
I mean, Beyonce kind of knows us, right? We on Beyonce's Black Parade route. Like, I know Beyonce sort of.
That's amazing. No,
that was definitely a big one, because when we got the invite, it was like, I was like, I'm pretty sure I had a panic attack. I was like, oh my God. Like, we got invited to that. But I think before that, it was, we have an article in Apartment Therapy.
Yeah.
And it came out February 2022. And I think that was really like, the day that article came out, we got 40 orders.
Yeah.
And it was just beyond what we could imagine.
Yeah.
And to this day, like, even to this day, I mean, 2 days ago, we got an email because somebody saw that article when they Googled like Black owned candle company in New York, and they found us and invited us to do a pop-up for their event. And it's because of that article, and it's still paying dividends. So I would say the Apartment Therapy article has been the biggest push for brand recognition and for people to just understand who we are and get our names out there since we started our business, hands down.
I love that. And if you want to watch and see more of their story, I put the links to their Instagram, as well as all of their other social media networks. And the link to their website is in the description box as well. So please go check that out. I get a lot of people who rewatch my Boss Babes who may not have been available to see it live. So, this will live on as well. And I am just ecstatic for you guys' success. I love you guys. I think you have an amazing, amazing brand. You've got one customer for sure.
Thank you. Hey, we're ready to receive the Boss Babes into the tribe too. Welcome to our family now.
Absolutely. I will definitely tell them that. And I actually have what I do is I have my monthly faves that I talk about. And for sure in June, Tribe and Oak is going to be in there because I have been burning your candles nonstop. Like I said, I have almost all of them burned. I think I have 2 left to burn.
Okay.
And then I'm getting my full size for this one first.
All right. We'll look forward to it.
And then everybody else can get their candle.
I love it.
But yeah, I'm ecstatic. But before we let you go, of course, we have to find out about, what you guys do beauty-wise. So Kareem, you're up first. Do you have a skincare routine? And if so, can you please share it with my babes?
Oh, for me, I keep it pretty simple. It's funny, back in the day, Pharrell, he had a skincare product, and I was like one of the first people just to buy it, and I would use it here and there. I got to order another one because it ran out. But Dove soap for me in the morning.
Okay.
After I take my shower, I mean, that's usually what helps for me. I mean, I'm blessed not to have any crazy acne or anything like that going on with my skin. I need to get there. But other than that, I don't have that many problems with my skin, so I just keep it pretty simple. And half the time I'm using Taylor stuff anyway. And I gotta go buy more stuff because I'm using some of her things. She got a lot of different stuff in her cabinet. But I keep soap and water, you know.
I love it. It's soap and water for them until they see our products, and then it's like, oh wait, let me try that.
Because you see, in the same breath, he can say all he uses soap and water. He can also say how he uses everything I got over there.
Yeah, you got different. You got 8 different brands of stuff that I can't pronounce. So that's the hard part.
All right, Taylor. What do you have going on in that bathroom first off?
Yeah, so I've got a couple things. So it's funny because I was pretty simple before, and then me and my friends, we were talking, we like, black don't crack until it does. So we need to come up with like a skincare routine. So I have like a basic face wash, like a Cetaphil face wash, and then I go back and forth between the Paula's Choice, whatever the chemical exfoliant is. And then I also have a Naturium that I just entered into the chat. And these days I'm also working with different vitamin C serums and kind of dark spots. I have a few dark spots, although the skin is skinning.
Skinning, honey. Yes. I was like, skin is glowing, honey.
And then the Biore, because you always have to do the sunscreen. So I do that in my nighttime and daytime routine. The daytime less because I do have a shiny T-zone, but definitely I hit it with the Biore sunscreen.
Okay. And then lastly, what's in that makeup bag?
I'm not a makeup girly. So mine is a purse lotion, which is full size, and shea butter for my lips.
I love it.
That's it.
I love it. Okay, mommy said it's in the jeans, honey.
That's right.
Come on, your mommy. I love it. Your mom is like my mom. She's like, I'm taking credit for that. It's in the jeans. I help grow that.
Love it.
I love it. Well, thank you both. As I said, for all of my babes who are watching this on repeat, everything will be in the description box below. If you have a question that you want to ask now, please drop it in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to read anything with this last few minutes that we have. If anybody has a question, please jot it down and put it into the chat. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
It's been so amazing. It's so good to see some of my family, out here being able to participate. That's super cool. We're so happy that you invited us here. We always love to do kind of different things like that. It helps us with our public speaking. Right?
Yeah, me too.
And it helps us to be able to tell our story and reach new audiences. Like I said, we're family now. All of the Boss Babes are now members of our tribe as well.
Yes.
So we're so excited to now be hey Sans. Oh yeah. So you are an AKA. I'm a Delta.
Okay.
And my Sans, that's my Sans in there. Hey Sans.
Hey Sans. Hi there. Yes. All right, Greek sis. I got you.
Right.
It's so funny because usually when I do Boss Babes, I go with who I know, and who I know are AKAs who are doing it. But I think you're my first Delta.
Okay, come on.
Came on here and blaze the trail, honey. For the That's I gotta call my distant Sans, my Spring 96 folks to come in here and come on through and talk about some of the things that they've been doing.
Love it. That's how you keep it going, right?
Exactly.
We're all blazing trails out here in this world, and we have to share it with the people and reach back to our communities. That's what both of our organizations were founded off of, and that's what we do now in the world. So,
absolutely, yeah. I want some body butter. Yes, I have a whole laundry list. I want body butter. I want the Santal.
It's funny because at Hue Affair,
the diffusers.
Right. At Hue Affair, we had someone, apparently she was a vendor last year, and she had studied everybody who was going to be there, and she like picked all the people she was going to go see. And then she had Wilery, the organizer, show her to our table. She's like, oh, I was looking for y'all. I'm getting this. She's like, I need a body butter, a reed diffuser, 2 candles, a discovery kit. Like, she had a whole list. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Yeah. One of my babes said, it's Bella gang up in here. Yes.
Hey.
Shout out to the hand sanitizer working overtime during COVID. Okay.
It was doing
I
work.
love it. All right. I see y'all. I see y'all with the Delta Love. I see it. Awesome. Mommy says, so proud of you both. Great show. Thank you. Thank you. I had great guests. I absolutely had great guests. And White Lori, who is my sorority sister, she was also a boss babe. So that's why I came out to, show my support and also, to meet brands that I haven't heard of before and I haven't experienced. And I was so glad and happy that I met your acquaintance. Like I said, now we fam, we in there.
That's it.
And I certainly will be singing the praises. And like I said, you most certainly will be, a feature on my show. The candles that I love are always in the backdrop. I'm burning one now.
Love it.
Thank you.
So they're always on. Just like my S slide is always on. And I, invite you to come back, when you have more things you want to tell, like, giving us a sneak peek and the drop information on that, new product y'all doing.
And we ask that all of you boss babes and everybody else help us manifest these new grants that we're about to win.
We need that money.
We need you to manifest these new partnerships with some specialty retailers right here with us. And that will make us more able to be able to bring you. And we promise we will come for the exclusive to let the boss babes know first.
Yes. You heard it here, boss babes. We're going to have the exclusive tea coming soon. All right. Let's get all of those ideas about different grants that they can potentially get so we can make sure that our dream is realized. This is a brand to watch, babes. This is Tribe and Oak Home Essentials.
That's
Luxury
right.
Home Essentials. And we have been chatting for the last hour with Taylor and Kareem, the brainchilds behind this extraordinary brand. Go check it out, tribeandoak.com. The link is in the description box, and all of their socials are in there as well. Until next time, babes, you have now been Bellafied. Take care, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye.
Thank you.